Okay, all set?
Good morning and welcome to Unity of Charlottesville. My name is Rhonda Cooley, and I am the first celebration assistant to have the honor at our first Sunday with our senior minister, Don Lansky.
Thank you.
Reverend Don.
Thank you.
We all know him already. Of course, we're here built in love. Our community comes together each and every Sunday, and it's a beautiful fall day out there, crisp and clear, and we welcome everyone, no matter what your nationality, your religion, your gender, your sexual identity. We welcome everyone here. And as always, we start with song. So let's sing. Come, Sarah.
So we know you're going to recognize this. Hope everyone will sing along. And we have words on the PowerPoint, I believe. There you go. All right. You ready, Sarah?
Yep.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather souls together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time to give praise, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to raise, a time to sow, a time for love, a time for hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven.
And thank you, Sarah. That was wonderful. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to Unity of Charlottesville. Welcome to all our friends online, on Zoom, on Facebook, and on our website. And what did I leave out? YouTube. So everybody's welcome here this morning. And as you know, Unity is a place, a space that welcomes people of all faiths, all religions, all cultures, all creeds, all gender identity, and all sexual orientation. So we're very happy you're here this morning. And it is our tradition to begin with prayer. So I invite you to close your eyes for a moment and just take a deep breath. And to everything, there is a season and a time and a purpose for everything under heaven. So we begin a new chapter of Unity of Charlottesville this morning. And for this, we recall and we rely on all of our powers, all of our 12 powers inherent within us. Faith and wisdom and judgment and life and zeal and power, order. We take time this morning away from the busyness of life, all of the things and outer conditions and all of the challenges of our lives, and just to be together in spiritual community. To come to center, to come to home, to deepen our connections with ourselves, with each other, with our God, the God of our understanding. So we really want to acknowledge the blessing and the opportunity of being able to do that, to be together in spiritual community. And we always want to send this love, this spaciousness out into our community, out into our world. We know that there are so many people all around the world experiencing oppression, experiencing movement, leaving their homes. So we send forth love and our prayers of support, healing, and always our vision for a better world, a world of love and a world of peace. And we do claim this in the name and after the nature of the indwelling Spirit of God, which we in unity call the Christ within. We pray and we say amen, and so it is. So it is. And please join me in our statement of faith. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God the good, omnipotent.
And now let's stand and take an opportunity to greet each other.
First, our children. Oh, no, we're doing that.
Is it?
Children's after. Sorry. You got this. You got this.
Okay.
It's me.
Anyway, we're gonna welcome each other from a distance. Wait. Okay. We've done this before. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
And now it's time for our children and teens to go back to Mark and Kate back there and have a great time. So great to see you, our viewers here today. Wonderful to see you guys. Hey, Jake. All right. Well, we have a special presentation this morning. I'd like to invite Shirley Fleischman and our guest Carrie to come up at the stage here. And as they're coming up, I will tell you that it was the decision of the board to form a new team, a community tithing team. And come on up on stage. And yeah, let me give that to you first. And on that team is Jackie Brown and Shirley Fleischman, and Lynn Foster's on that team as well. And we decided that every month we would designate some amount of our tithe, of everything that comes into Unity, to a community organization. And so today we have a special presentation. I didn't meet you, actually. What's your name?
This is Bahati Majuti.
Bahati, nice to meet you. Welcome. I'm Don. Yeah. And this is Shirley Fleischman. So Shirley?
So yes, it's a joy to be up here after working with Lynn Foster and Jackie Brown and really looking at local organizations that could really use some assistance. And our first here for now is International Neighbors of Charlottesville. I am excited to introduce the executive director, and I just want to say that one thing that really struck me about her when we first spoke was that she said that, well, in a past life, she was a teacher, and she had a urge to start something new, to start a nonprofit, to solve a problem that was out there. And indeed, she went right to Google, and she Googled how to start a nonprofit. And thus was born International Neighbors of Charlottesville. I think it just speaks to so many of the 12 powers in that one statement: will and wisdom and imagination and love. And I don't want to talk anymore because I want her to talk. And so I will now introduce Kari Miller, who can introduce, I hadn't met you either, so I will let her do the introductions as well. So here's Kari Miller to speak to you.
Thank you, Shirley. Thank you so much, Unity of Charlottesville. As she said, I was a teacher for 20 years. I was a public school teacher, 16 in Charlottesville City. And every year, as a second grade teacher, third grade teacher, and teaching ESL, the International Rescue Committee, the government organization that resettles refugees to our town, would resettle more and more folks to our very resource-rich town. And as a teacher, I was seeing just how much these folks struggle, and I thought, why should I teach English to these elementary students when their families need so much more assistance? And so I did complain for about 10 years that someone should do something, and then after 10 years I realized, I guess it's me, and then, yes, I did Google how to start a nonprofit. I didn't want to. My friend did the logo. So here we are almost 6 years later, and it is a labor of love. We have such a wonderful population in Charlottesville that is very unrecognized, I think. It's not a lot of opportunity for integration when you've got folks who are under-resourced, who depend on the bus system, for example, and whose children are not necessarily playing soccer or are on swim teams. So the mission of International Neighbors is to equip our newcomers with the network and skills needed to thrive, not just to survive as aspiring Americans. And we are closing in on our 6th year of operation. This booklet is on the table out in the front area if anyone wants to learn more about how we work to equip our neighbors. We say we're helping them to thrive in 5. Does anybody know how long you have to be here to apply to be a U.S. citizen? It's 5 years, yep, you have to have 5 years. And Bahati, coming from the Congo, as well as many other African countries, he is the true survivor. Burundi, Rwanda, he fled South Africa, was separated from his wonderful wife and child for 4 years, and that child is now a graduate of William and Mary. He is a super success story. That's exactly right. And just like your belief of unity and how we all speak the language of love, I love that sign out there. We at International Neighbors focus on the ways that we are more alike than different. And I've learned so much from Bahati and from Bahati's family, and we invite you to be a part of International Neighbors so that we can all benefit from knowing each other as human beings and as neighbors. So please make sure that you grab one of these. Also, our website is on the back, internationalneighbors.org. And Bahati and I will be here if you'd like to speak with us later. Would you like to add anything, Bahati?
Sorry, my English is not very well.
Our Swahili
Yeah.
is not good either.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
what I can say, the first thing I say, thank you for God to bring me up here, America. Because since 1996, the oil come from my country. I ran lot of country for this world. I moved to Congo, I go to Burundi. I moved to Burundi, I go to Tanzania. I moved to Tanzania, I go to Malawi. I moved to Malawi, I go to Mozambique. Mozambique, South Africa. South Africa, I try to do how people can survive. I was sewing the clothes.
He's a very good tailor. He still
So 2008, xenophobia attack come. I lose everything. Everything I lose, I try to write for migration from America for that situation. And then migration is send the people there. I try to do interview. It take long, like 2 years. And then God, they bless me. He take me and my family. Come to visit all the areas. Say, maybe these people can be like what the news he give us. The people come, we see everything he was burning in 2008. So the short story, 2002, I ran to my country, I go to Burundi. 2004, Burundi attack is coming in the city from Burundi. I was going to work like sewing clothes, how I do my work. Time the bomb start to, sorry, my English is not, yeah. The bomb will come in the city. That time I ran, my wife was home and the child, and me I ran, I come to see Tanzania. Everyone was separate.
So now that you are all together and
Yeah,
safe
so
in
now
Charlottesville, thank
2018,
goodness.
I come here as 2012, and God they blessed me from South Africa to come here and my family. Only father, mother, you are separated. And this international labor, 2008, I tried to write the letter from Red Cross to fund how I can get fund because I was like alone, no sister, no brother, so yeah.
Okay, speak into the mic a little bit. Okay.
So 2000, what year that Red Cross sent me that letter?
19.
Yeah, after 2 years, 3 years, the Red Cross sent, he meet my brother and my sister in the camp from Uganda. So I was very, very happy. I was heavy, I don't have money to apply, how I can come family here. So this organization helped me a lot for that. So.
And we're so grateful. Thank you. So yes, we are very blessed that Bahati and his family are safe, and just 2 years ago, relocated his brother and sister who also fled, and to hear them speak on the phone after 22 years, it's just amazing. So thank you for your support and for your involvement.
You're welcome. And it is our, can you turn this on? So on behalf of our board of directors and our congregation, we're pleased to give you our tithe for this.
Great,
quarter.
thank you so much.
Thank you so
very
much.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Aww. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. That's amazing.
So let us affirm together our mission statement that lives in everything we do each and every day. Together, unity of Charlottesville empowers everyone to express their unique divinity, making a positive difference in the world.
In the bowl there is a flower, in the seed and apple tree, in cocoons a hidden promise. Butterflies will soon be free. In the cold and snow of winter, there's a spring that waits to be unrevealed until its season, something God alone can see. There's a song in every silence, seeking word and melody. There's a dawn in every darkness, bringing hope to you and me. From the past will come the future, what it holds a mystery, unrevealed until its season, something God alone can see. In our end is our beginning, in our time infinity. In our doubt there is believing, in our life eternity. In our death a resurrection, at the last a victory, unrevealed until its season, something God alone can see. Unrevealed until its season, something God alone can see.
Well, we have some visitors from Henderson, North Carolina this morning, from Unity of Henderson. I'm telling you this because I stole this joke from one of your minister. A young city-bred man graduated from college with a degree in agriculture, and for his very first job, he got a job with the Department of Agriculture, and his very first assignment as an inspector, as his very first assignment, he was chosen to inspect this big farm. And so he goes to the farm and he meets this old farmer, and he says, "I'm from the Department of Agriculture, I'm here to inspect your farm." The farmer says, "Just don't go back into the back field." The young man says, "You don't understand. I'm from the Department of Agriculture. I'm here to inspect your whole farm." The farmer goes, "Just don't go back into the back field." So the young man takes out his badge and he says, "You don't understand. I'm from the Department of Agriculture." And with that, he took off and he started walking towards the back pasture. Right? A few minutes later, the old farmer here screams and yells. He looks back and he sees the young man being chased by a bull. The young man says, "What do I do? What do I do?" The farmer says, "Why don't you show him your badge?" Don't blame me, blame your minister. This joke has nothing to do with anything, except that we're going to continue today talking about the 12 powers, and we're talking about the powers of strength and the power of order. And one of the things that I've learned about ministry, one of the really hard things about ministry, is that I've learned that whatever I'm asked to speak about or teach about, I have to learn myself, right? So, this is a corner of my office that has been untouched by human hands for about 20 years. So I am not the best example of order and the principle of order, unfortunately. Charles Fillmore said that, Unity's co-founder, said that order is the first law of the universe. Indeed, there would be no universe unless its various parts were kept in perfect harmony. So it seems to me that whether you believe in God or you're an atheist, it's undeniable. Isn't it undeniable that there's incredible creativity, intelligence, order, harmony in the universe? And I know you know this. You know, if you just look around nature, if you look at your own bodies, it's just absolutely incredible. You'd have to be unconscious not to see it or not to feel it. But I want to take you on a little journey this morning, and we're going to start with the theory of the Big Bang. So, this theory, you know, in the beginning was just darkness, was void, was emptiness. That's what it said in the book of Genesis as well, right? But then a huge explosion. From a single point, a singularity, the universe expands, and then within milliseconds, nanoseconds, things begin to form, right? Within 3 seconds, all of the elements in the universe are formed within the first 3 seconds. And then at 10,000 years, energy is in the form of radiation, different wavelengths of light, X-rays and ultraviolet waves and radio waves. And at 300,000 years, as the expansion continues, atoms are beginning to form as electrons link up together, electrons of hydrogen and helium. And at 300 million years, stars and galaxies form. We are here, right? Fast forward to about 13.5 billion years later, we're in the Milky Way galaxy, and then 4.5 billion years ago, the Earth is formed. And here are some more fun facts. There are 100 billion stars in a galaxy, 200 billion galaxies in the known universe, according to NASA in 2021. The diameter of the Milky Way is 105,700 light years. 1 light year is 5.8 trillion miles. And the observable universe has a diameter of 28.5 gigaparsecs, which is 93 billion light years. So if you wanted to take a Sunday drive across the universe, which most of us would like to do, you would have to multiply 93 billion by 5.8 trillion. That would be how many miles the known universe is. It's kind of amazing. But just to put another spin on this, chapter 8, verse 18 of the Bhagavad Gita, which is the Hindu scripture, beloved by many around the world, including myself, that verse says, at the advent of Brahma's day, all living beings emanate from the unmanifest source. And at the fall of his night, all embodied beings again merge into their unmanifest source. So, according to the Vedas, there are infinite universes of infinite sizes and infinite features, and these universes manifest from the body of Mahavishnu. That every time Mahavishnu breathes in, he forms infinite universes which are created from the pores of his body. And then when he breathes out, all of these universes dissolve again into unmanifest, into nothing. They actually figured out the timeline of this in the Vedas. The ancient seers knew this. They said 1 breath of Mahavishnu is equal to 100 years of Brahma's life, which is equivalent to 311 trillion Earth years. And 1 day of Brahma is 4.5 billion years. And at the end of Brahma's day, all planetary systems in the universe dissolve. And at the end of Brahma's life, the entire universe and universes dissolve, and they merge back into Mahavishnu, and then the cycle is repeated again and again and again throughout time. Are your minds blown? Yeah, my mind is blown. Now, you may be wondering, how is all this possible? How is all this creation stuff possible? And for people of faith, and using our power of faith, using our faculty of faith, this is God. This is creator. This is source energy. By whatever name you want to call it, by whatever form you want to call it. And we see this divine order, this incredible divine order, underlying and interpenetrating everything in the universe. Everything. The ancients and the indigenous peoples noticed spiral shapes in nature all around them. And somehow the ancients also knew this. They were able to recreate this in their art. So this is 9 Mile Canyon in Colorado, 900 to 1250 CE. This is Newgrange, Ireland. Patricia and I were there. 4,500 years old, and you can see the spirals here. They're all around Ireland. You can see them everywhere. And this is the Aboriginal cave paintings in Uluru, Australia, which are said to be 40,000 years old. 40,000 years old. When Patricia and I are not, whoops, hold on. Patricia and I were not that old when we were there. And scientists are now, the thing about that is, how did they know? How did those ancients know that all of these galaxies are also in spirals? It's quite amazing, stunning. So scientists are now beginning to discover the smallest life forms on Earth. And this is a picture of a nanobacteria. So the nanobacteria is one of the smallest things in known life form on Earth. It has an average volume of 0.009 microns. So micron is 1/1,000,000th of a meter. And over 150,000 of these nanobacteria can sit on the tip of a single human hair. That's really small, right? This is a picture from the Hubble telescope of deep space. Each one of these dots is a galaxy, each one of them. And this is only just a tiny, tiny fraction of the space that they were able to measure, right? So in each of these galaxies, of course, billions and billions of stars, and of course, how many known life forms, we don't know. So there's just no denying that there's this incredible complexity and order and wonder and awe in the universe. And let's look at the order and diversity and complexity of life on our own planet. This is a spider web. This is a mantis shrimp. This is a spiny bush viper. This is a tree hopper. This is a proboscis monkey. This is a Chinese golden pheasant. This is a blob fish, right? You just can't make this stuff up, right? We know all of us have had our moments in nature. It's an incredible place that we live. And what about our own human bodies? You need to turn the sound up, guys.
To understand this, we are going to have to take a journey into ourselves. Peeling apart a human, we find a complex mix of organs and fluids. As we peer closer, we find that these are built from a diverse range of individual cells, each interacting to perform the task of the liver, or muscle, or the brain. Closer still, each cell is revealed to be a sea of complexity, a wealth of smaller elements, ribosomes and chromosomes, cytoplasm and mitochondria, each playing a part in the running of the cell. The pieces of these cells are composed of molecules, proteins and lipids, DNA and RNA. Each level so far has uncovered a wealth of complexity, but as we go further, simplicity appears. Molecules are built from atoms, with each complex arrangement enabling the complex interactions with others. But chemistry tells us that there are only 92 natural elements, from hydrogen to uranium, so only 92 different kinds of atoms are available. Entering the world of the subatomic, an even simpler picture is uncovered, with each atom being a mix of 3 different particles, protons and neutrons within the atomic nucleus with orbiting electrons. And the protons and neutrons are also composed of smaller particles, known as up and down quarks. Here, at this fundamental level, we find that matter, people, trees, planets, and stars, are nothing but different arrangements of these quarks and electrons. Of course, these pieces need glue to hold them together, and for fundamental particles, this is provided by the fundamental forces. Atomic nuclei are held together by the strong force. Atoms hold onto electrons with the electromagnetic force. Gravity draws matter together to form planets and stars. In the mix also is the weak force, which can influence the stability of atoms. Simply put, we are built from the ground up.
I am building a case for order in the universe. So, what does this have to do with us on a spiritual level, right? So, Linda Martella-Whitsett, the author of the book that we're studying, Divine Audacity, writes that order is the architecture of the universe. It's the organizing principle revealed in the pattern and the sequence of all life, inherent in all life. And what does that mean to us in our spiritual journey, in our spiritual life? Well, here's a definition of order. The spiritual power of order is our ability to know what's important, to clarify our values, to set priorities, to align ourselves with what we know to be good, what we know to be true, and for the highest and best of ourselves and for others. So the words divine order are big in Unity. We hear the words often, divine order. And many people pray for divine order. They pray for, without a particular outcome in mind, just knowing or believing that divine order will come about and they will receive the outcome that is for their highest and best good. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a beautiful prayer. But what if we have choice? We do have choice. We have free will, right? We can either be in alignment with divine order, we can choose to be out of alignment with divine order. But when we combine our power of order with powers of faith and wisdom and understanding, we begin to realize that God doesn't impose divine order on us. That God is divine order. God is the principle of divine order. Now, if we break a civil law, we can be fined or imprisoned. We may think of it as punishment. We could also think of it as being corrective, right? When we ignorantly or when we compulsively break divine law, meaning being out of tune with divine law, being out of harmony, being out of integrity with what we know to be true or right, we might find ourselves imprisoned by circumstances, by outer conditions. That's how Charles Fillmore defined bondage, actually. We might claim or make excuses, but what if we view consequences not as punishment, really, but as learning opportunities, something that can actually have the opportunity to bless us and to give us the opportunity to get back in tune with divine order, because we always have that choice to do that. And how do we get back in tune with divine order? How do we do that? Well, Charles Fillmore wrote that the divine idea of order is the idea of adjustment. And as this is established in our thoughts, our mind, and our affairs, we will be at one with universal harmony. So the power of order implies that we can adjust to changing conditions. We can modify our thoughts. We can modify our words. We can modify our actions to support the wholeness of our being. And this means that we realize that we have to adjust perhaps our priorities as well, right? Because every day we say yes and we say no to so many things. We're busy people, right? We can ask ourselves, or first of all, how do we make those choices? What do we base that ordering of priorities on? How do we do that? And we can ask ourselves, what are my priorities in general? What are my priorities in terms of spending quality time with a loved one? What are my priorities in terms of physical exercise or meditation? What are my priorities in terms of helping others to grow and succeed? What are my priorities in terms of working or volunteering for a cause that's greater than myself? They're all priorities that we make, all things that we say yes or no to on a daily basis. That's the power of order. The power of order that each and every one of us possesses and can choose to be in alignment with or out of alignment with. And we know in our hearts what the answer to that is. That's how we tune in. We know in our hearts. So let's move on to the second power. It's a lot to cover in one day. And that is the power of strength. So Linda Martelowitz describes the power of strength this way. She says that strength is our capacity to stand undaunted in the midst of shifting circumstances, to act courageously, and to stay the course. And so the stabilizing power of strength is our capacity to anchor ourselves securely in the truth of our unlimited source of calm and safety and balance. And it requires some things. It requires sturdiness. It requires flexibility. It requires tenacity, perseverance, persistence, stamina. Watch this. So strength is our ability to hold fast, to endure, to stand firm, to keep in integrity, to keep on keeping on, to ride out the storm, to make positive contributions in spite of disappointments, rejections, and even horrible injuries like we saw with these Olympic athletes. And what is the difference between strength and power, you might wonder? Well, the spiritual difference, the spiritual power, is about our ability to manifest and express through our thoughts and words and actions. So it's different from physical or from metaphysical strength. And we're not talking about physical power or physical strength, we're talking about spiritual power, spiritual strength. And a great example of that is demonstrated by Christopher Reeve, the actor. You know, in movies, he was Superman, the epitome of physical strength. In real life, After he had his tragic accident, horseback riding, and became a quadriplegic, he became an example of inner strength, a demonstration of inner strength. He became a philanthropist, an inspiration to millions of people around the world with spinal cord injuries, and a spokesperson as well. And I think our friend from the Congo here is also a great example of that. The inner strength that just kept you going and kept you keeping and keeping and keeping on until you came here finally. Amazing, amazing story. So I know that everyone in this room and everyone online has had to overcome challenges in your life. That's just part of living, right? Strength is that innate quality that keeps us keeping on no matter what. It's the power that we call on, perhaps along with faith, to get us through our lowest and our deepest and our darkest hours. So, 5 years ago when I had my mild heart attack and I was in the hospital for 23 days, and then in rehab for months after that, it was calling on inner strength and faith, and along with the support of Patricia and so many others, so many of you, that really kept me going on. And I can remember there was a particular verse in the book of Ephesians, verse 3:20, chapter 3, verse 20, that I would say over and over and over in my mind throughout the day and also throughout the evening. And it goes, Spirit is able to do immensely more than I can possibly imagine according to its purpose that is at work within me. That's a phrase that really kept me going. There's a story about a king, also from your minister, from Darlene Strickland. There's a story about a king who calls upon her wise counsel, his wise counsel. He says, I would like a mantra or a spiritual truth that will get me through absolutely every situation imaginable, through all the victories and all the defeats and all the joys and all the sorrows and all the troubles and all the tribulations. One thing, one phrase that will keep me going throughout all of those different conditions. So his wise counsel got together and they met together for day upon day after day after day, trying to think how they could best serve the king. And finally they wrote something on a stone and they wrapped it in cloth and they gave it to the king. And they said to him, now don't open this until you really, really need it. Well, one day the king suffered a health challenge and he asked one of his servants to bring over the stone that was wrapped in the cloth, and he opened the package very, very carefully, and the words on the stone said, "This too shall pass. This too shall pass." So to everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under heaven. And for every best day and for every worst day, this too shall pass. So how do we respond? Where do we take our responsibility for tapping into our inner strength, the strength that is already within us? It's already there. It's by divine birth. We may be asked to withstand some challenge or some hardship. Saying no to an unhealthy relationship is hard. Leaving something that you know for something else is hard. Losing a loved one or a beloved pet is hard. Giving up an addiction is hard. Having a health challenge is incredibly hard, and feeling hopeless sometimes when you do that. But there is something within us that is bigger than any outer condition, any outer circumstance. And it is knowing that this too shall pass. Right? That we have all of these different divine qualities within us, this incredible, indomitable strength of character, strength of spirit, strength of strength, the ability to choose to be in alignment with divine order in our lives at every moment, So I want to end with the words of Wordsworth that really both embody these two powers, strength and order. Wordsworth wrote, "Our birth is but a sleep and a forgetting. The soul that rises in us, our life's star, hath elsewhere its setting and coming from afar, not in entire forgetfulness, and not in utter nakedness, but trailing clouds of glory do we come." So let's prepare for meditation.
Child of this universe, the ocean dances at my feet, the wind plays a melody through my hair. I am loved at every turn. I am kissed by Mother Earth.
I am a child of this universe. The sun warms me in its embrace. The stars have aligned for me in the sky. I am honored all my life. I am held by Father Time.
Every blade of grass, every shaking leaf on a tree, every mountain top sings of the glory of God moving through me. I am a child of this universe. Through my breath, all of life can breathe. I plant the seeds with my every dream. I can love at every turn. Give a kiss to Mother.
I am a child of this universe. I greet the God in each face. I am a channel for peace to flow. Oh, I honor all of life. Yes, I'm one with Father Time.
To every blade of grass, to every shaking leaf on a tree, to every mountain top, I sing of the glory of God moving through all.
Moving as me.
Moving as you.
So let's take this time now to go even deeper into our time of meditation. If you're aware of any tension in your body, just allow it to relax. Take a deep breath, perhaps. Feel your feet firmly planted in the earth. It is amazing that we forget. It is amazing that we forget our connection. That we are made of the stuff of stars. That we are part of this infinite universe. That we are children of the universe. And I want to invite you to recall a time in your life when you have applied this experience of inner strength. You faced some challenge or some obstacle, and there was something inside of you that just pulled you forward, pulled you onward to a highest and best solution. And that something is always there, still there, even when we forget sometimes. That with miraculous precision, miraculous order, our blood is pumping through our bodies. We are breathing life in every second, every moment. So we just take this in, and I invite you just to take a time now in silence. whatever situations you face today and throughout this week, know that you have the power of divine order within you to set priorities, to be in alignment with what you know to be true, what you know to be right, what you know to be in integrity. You have the divine power of strength, spiritual strength, to overcome any situation that befalls, to keep on keeping on. And so as we take now time to begin to come out of this meditation, to slowly open the eyes as it feels comfortable, and with great gratitude, we just simply say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen. So this is a time in our service where we get to give back. Life is all about giving and receiving. Divine order is all about giving and receiving. I want to invite our board president, Maria, to come up and give you a status report on our fall fundraiser.
Still sort of taking that meditation in. So yes, it is our fantastic fall fundraiser, and we are moving along. So we have about $5,300 raised. Our goal is $20,000 plus dollars. So to put this in context, though, it has been hard during COVID, and one of the things in particular that we have missed out on in terms of income is rentals. And so as we near the end of the year, we are looking at about over $45,000 that's missing from our budget. So think about that. So we have 20,000 plus goal for our fundraiser. So, you know too, I like to get up here and joke, right? But I'm also a very serious person. And so thinking about this fall fundraiser, it is fun, right? So we have these wonderful gifts that we want to share with you in terms of flow. So gifts of up to $99, you get a Unity mask, right? So share the love, not COVID. And we have a beautiful JD and Jan CD for up to a $200 donation. And then we have this amazing perpetual calendar and journal for you. It's all from Unity. Up to $400. Then you can get a Unity t-shirt or a Prayer for Protection lamp. And for $1,000, you can get both those items. And any gift, $50 or more, you're entered to win a life-changing vacuum cleaner that will vacuum while you sit and fill out your journal. So all that said, I was thinking about this fundraiser and that we are, a little over a quarter of the way toward our goal, but we're well into our fundraiser. We have a few weeks left. So I was thinking this morning about what this community has given to me, and thinking about during COVID, where we never missed a lesson, and how grounding that was for me. And then thinking about the however many years I've been here, over a dozen, how much I have learned from everyone that I've come into contact with, from the lessons, from the meditations, from the classes, and how much it has given to me and changed me. And that who I am and who I'm becoming is in so much great part thanks to this community. And so I realized, for me, I realized I need to give more money. Like that changed me this morning, having that conversation with myself. And so I just hope that all of you look inside yourselves and think about what this community means to you, and what it would mean if this community weren't here, right? And so we want Unity to continue in prosperity and love and growth. So please give, and get off the stage.
So, and of course, you know the different ways of giving online, on the new app that we have, by mail, all sorts of ways to give, very easy. And also, John has our butterfly net, he'll be running around. Here's what Charles Fillmore said: whether we make a large or small gift, let us make it with largeness of cheer and joy, and even of hilarity, remembering that God loveth a hilarious giver. So, with that, let's affirm our blessing together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Morning sun coming through the trees, and the green leaves shimmer in the summer breeze. The songbirds singing to the honeybees, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. After the dazzle of day is done, the moon makes love to the setting sun. The stars come twinkling one by one, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We sleep in dreams both deep and bright, sailing through the velvet night, refreshing the soul to the Spirit's delight, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Sing it again. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living in the heart of God. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten.
We have some opportunities for transformation, of course. Our midweek faith lift every Wednesday at 6:30, a powerful half hour of prayer. We hope you'll join us, and it is on Zoom.
Meet on Thursday, November 18th at 6:30 over in the Fillmore House, I do believe. They're going to have a festive virtual dinner.
This will actually be on Zoom.
It will also be on Zoom, so
No, it
the
will only
women's
be
come on
on
down.
only on Zoom.
Oh, it's only on
Yeah,
Zoom.
only on Zoom.
I'm sorry.
That's right.
Okay,
And
good.
Thanksgiving, we will have our COVID-safe Unity Communion on Thanksgiving on November 21st. So we figured out how to do it. You know, we're wearing hazmat suits and all that stuff. It'll be lovely, just absolutely lovely. And of course, we have our Unity app. If you haven't downloaded our app, you can watch all the services online on just live streaming. You can ask for prayer and pray with other people. You can do all sorts of stuff. So please check that out. It's on our website. Our pastoral care team, of course, is available at any time. So if you have a prayer request or you have some needs, please call our church office, and we'll try to take care of you and serve you in any way we can. And there will be virtual fellowship right after the service. So can we invite Mark and Kate to come up on stage? Are they here?
They're there.
They're just coming.
Hiding over there. There comes some more kids.
Hey there. Let me give that to you. Thank you. Yeah, come on up. Well, whatever you want. Ah, yes. This is what it looks like. Whoa. There it is. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah. Oh, man. Great. How are you? Good, good.
So, testing. So we had a wonderful time today in children's church today, children's service today. Does anybody want to talk about what we did today? Yeah? Awesome.
We read a book called Fortunately. It's about this one boy who was invited to a party, but then all these unfortunate things happen, and then he finds a way to get past it.
Fabulous. Jake?
And we spoke about the inners of all of our lives, and we also did a little arts and crafts thing with making our own masks out of a little paper plate. And the goal was to write 5 things that we love about ourselves in general, and then scramble all the masks and try and mix match who we think each mask goes to. And we did it pretty well, I'd say.
Thanks. And I'd just like to... Oh, yes.
Can we read the book out loud?
Book out loud. I think that would be a great idea. Maybe some other time, though, but that would be great. And anyone else? Yeah? Do you want to say something too?
Also, we also did a little activity about the book, and we made our own story out of the book.
Fantastic. And also, I'd like to invite you all, because today, after service, I would like to share a little bit more about myself and invite you all downstairs to meet me. And I'm also a picture book author. And I've written 4 picture books, and one of them I'd like to share with you all today. And we are also rebuilding the program. So I'd like to hear from all of you and get your input on how the program can continue to grow and thrive. So if you're interested in meeting us after service today, I'd appreciate it. Should be fun. Thank you.
Can you give... So before we do our children's blessing, we just also want to let you know that next week is Kate's last week as the director of the youth education program, and Mark officially takes over as the Director of Youth and Family Services. So we will do something next week, but today, because we had a conflict in the space downstairs, today we have a beautiful cake for you downstairs. So we want to invite you to come and celebrate Kate and have some cake as well downstairs right after the service. So you want to do the children's blessing? And
All right. Well, since this is, still my turf, let's do the children's blessing together. Children, communiteens, YOUers, teachers, and parents, you are loved, special, and important. It is so true. Go on and have a seat with your parents.
Thank you, guys. Thanks. So we want to thank everybody for being here today. I really want to acknowledge Rhonda. Rhonda is here every week. She was almost here every week through the pandemic, making these wonderful music videos with Blair. She does music. She's our celebration assistant. This is an exceptional, extraordinary example of service and love and inner strength. And we want to I just thank you so much. We just really want to acknowledge you.
My pleasure. Always.
Incredible. Thank you. And thank you, all of you. Thanks, everybody who helped out. Our sound team this morning, our blessing team, and Blair and Rhonda and everybody. Thank you so much, Sarah. Kari, are you going to be around for a few minutes if anyone wants to talk to you about international neighbors? Okay, so Kari will be here. And healing helpers are here in the back if anyone wants to pray in circle. And Buddy's here if you want to pray in person. Buddy will be here. And let's stand and do our prayer for protection. So together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And wherever God is, all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. United all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
You have all the strength and all the order that you need within you. So enjoy some cake. Come on downstairs. Hi there. Thanks. All right. You too. Sounds like a great trip.